What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 video. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make the Matt Ryan version of John Constantine from DC's Legends of Tomorrow using the in-game customizer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, let's head on into Appearance. We're going to go to Head, and we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until we find Star-Lord's head, which is this one right here, and you don't need to edit that in any way. Then once you've done that, you want to go to Hair, and you want to choose the spiky headpiece, and of course you're going to make it this color, not this one's too bright. You want to go with this one right here. Then once you've done that, you're going to go to the hands, both hands, and of course you're going to match it with the skin tone of the face. Then once you've done that, you're going to go to body, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find, I think it's Stan Lee's piece, if I remember correctly. It's Stan Lee's torso piece, which is almost there, I'm sure. There it is. Stan Lee's. Now, unfortunately, there is no red tie or anything. We can't be 100% accurate, but still, I think that's pretty good. You know, aside from the red tie not being there, I still think this turns out pretty accurate, so we'll go with that one. And of course, make sure that both arms are the same color as the main color of the torso so it matches. So, not this one, that's too dark. You want to make sure it is that one right there. Nice. And then lastly, for the appearance, what I do is I just go to Hips, go to Spider-Man Noir, which is down here somewhere. There it is. You want to go to Spider-Man Noir's hips, and then for the legs, just make them black. Nice. Alright, cool. So that's the appearance done. Now we can move on into the abilities. So for the passive abilities, let's see here. We're going to give him, we'll leave mind control, but we'll give him magic. No deflect, no crack Lego walls, none of this. Time manipulation, I haven't actually seen him do that, so I'm going to leave that alone. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am wrong, then feel free to add that, you know, to your version of John Constantine. But we will give him rune tracing. I think that makes sense. Portal create and teleport, I think that works too because he has performed interdimensional travel. So I think that makes sense. And then lastly, we'll give him tracking. So just to recap, we got tracking, teleport, portal create, rune tracing, we've got magic, and that's pretty much it. And obviously magic, that will be used for like telekinesis and stuff like that. But, you know, he's a magical character, so it makes sense anyway. Alright, now then, on to the square button. So for tap square, we'll just go ahead and give them fighting. Hold square, I'm going to leave that alone. For hold circle, I'm going to leave that as well. But for tap circle, what we'll do is we'll go to bolts. Bolt origin, both hands, like that. You want to make sure you've got, I think it's bolt style 4? Yeah, bolt style 4. Make it orange, like that, so it looks like fire. That looks very cool. And then for the bolt damage type, obviously make it heat bolts, and of course do bolt targeting as well. Because seeing as how we're not using the hold circle button, we might as well allow him to be able to target enemies and shoot firebolts at them that way instead. Alright, cool. So now then, onto the X button. Double tap X, I think we'll just have... I don't think you even need double jump really, that's up to you guys, but... I think, yeah, why not? We'll give him double jump, I don't see why not. Hyper jump, we'll leave that alone though. So that is the appearance and the abilities done. We don't really need to give him a weapon, so now we can move on to the passive traits. So for the health icon, I guess we could go with... I don't know, I mean, you could really go with any of them, to be honest. I think I'll go with orange, you know, because he shoots fire, so I think that works. Health type, we'll just go with standard. Voice, we'll go with any male voice out of the three here. I'll just stick with voice 1. Movement speed, I'm going to go with default. And then for the target reticle, just choose something that's kind of magical, I guess. Let's see. You could choose that one, maybe. I think I'll just go with that one. I kind of like that. You know, it kind of matches the colors of the outfit. So, yeah, we'll stick with that one. Alright, cool. So now we just need to name him and choose a background image. I'm not actually sure if John Constantine will fit, but let's try, shall we? John Constantine. Will it fit? Nope, it doesn't fit. Okay, so we'll just put Constantine. Constantine. Cool. Alright. And then for the background image, there's a lot of them you could actually choose here. Let's see. What would work best for Constantine? Well, in the show, he met Oliver on Lian Yu, didn't he? So you could kind of choose that one as a nice reference to that episode. Or you could go with... There's a lot of them you could choose, really. Tell you what, yeah, we'll go with that, because I think that's a cool little reference to his first official appearance in the Arrowverse, you know, with Stephen Amell as Green Arrow and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Alright, cool, so now, of course, what we're going to do is drop John Constantine into the Chronopolis hub world and see just what he can do. And here he is. This is, of course, my custom-made John Constantine, made in LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. Let's just get a good look at him right here. Looking very, very cool indeed, if I do say so myself. I mean, you know, like I said, it would be great if he had the red tie, but he doesn't. And to be honest, you know, LEGO DC Supervillains is literally right around the corner. I think it's like 6 days away, so you're going to be able to play as John Constantine in a LEGO video game very, very soon. So this is just kind of to help the wait, basically, for that game. So anyway, what can he do? Well, he can punch these defenseless snowmen like this, and he can also shoot firebolts like that. So a lot of his abilities are kind of to do with solving puzzles and things like that. That's what I kind of stuck to, just because, you know, we haven't seen a whole lot of his magical abilities in the Arrowverse yet, but I believe he's going to be in Legends of Tomorrow, you know, the next season, with, you know, actually being part of the crew, I think. So we're probably going to start to see more powers and things like that. So when LEGO DC Supervillains comes out, maybe you could take the pieces of the classic John Constantine and make a more Arrowverse-like John Constantine by adding, you know, your own abilities and stuff like that. But overall, I think he still looks really cool. So actually, you know, let's actually go fight some crime and everything with this character. But yeah, I decided to make the Matt Ryan version of Constantine just because I think he does an amazing job as that character. You know, there's a lot of actors that feel like, that when you see them, they're like, you think they were born for that role, and he's just really good in that role. Like, I mean, you got to think, he's been in, he's had his own show twice now, because he's had, like, the animated version as well, plus, you know, the original Constantine TV series, and he's been in Arrow, and he's going to be in Legends of Tomorrow, and I think he's actually voiced Constantine in some non-Arrow-related, Arrowverse-related stuff as well, so, you know, people clearly love him playing the character, and I totally get that. It'd be awesome if he's actually voicing John Constantine in LEGO DC Supervillains, but I'm not sure if they'll do that. We'll see. I mean, it's actually just crazy to think that we're getting a LEGO video game where he's going to be playable. I've always wanted Constantine to be playable in a LEGO video game, and I can't believe it's actually happening. Because I always thought he was too, you know, adult-oriented for this kind of video games, basically. I thought that was the reason he wasn't in LEGO Batman 3, and I think it was, because the original TV show was quite full-on, you know, at times, for Constantine. It was, it wasn't like Arrow and things like that. It went a bit too far, not a bit too far, sorry, a bit further than those other shows, basically. It was much darker, as it should be, of course, because it's about Constantine. So I think that was the reason they didn't include Constantine in LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. But seeing as how he's now being included in other stuff that's, you know, the Arrowverse, we're getting a DLC pack based on that, so that is kind of appropriate enough to have content in a LEGO video game, so that's cool. So seeing as how he's been in stuff like that, I think it's more likely for him to be able to be put in, you know, these child-friendly games like LEGO DC Supervillains. But at the same time, I think he's appeared in, I can't remember the name of it, but there's a Justice League, like, animated series. It's actually kind of cool, and I'm pretty sure Constantine was in that. I'm not sure if Matt Ryan voiced him in that, but the character was in that show at some point. So they probably thought, well, if he can be in a, you know, a kids show like that, then he can be in LEGO DC Supervillains, which is great. It's really, really great. I love that they're not being as restricted as they used to be with the characters and just saying, yeah, you know, we'll put John Constantine in and things like that. There are parts of the character that probably wouldn't be appropriate for a LEGO video game, but the fact is you just don't add that, and you just kind of, I think Arthur said it best this year, you kind of make like a caricature of that character, you know, and just play on the dark side of them, but in a humorous way. That's like the best way to do it, basically. And I totally get that. Alright, let's see if we can take out these guys. Usually I cannot. Usually I cannot take care of these guys, because sometimes they just disappear. They'll just, like, disappear from the map, and it's really annoying. I mean, one thing that I'm really impressed about when it comes to LEGO DC Supervillains is the fact that there's actually a notoriety system. You know, like games like GTA and things like that. That is in LEGO DC Supervillains. So if you, like, I don't know, punch a police officer or steal his car or something like that, he will get more police officers to come after you, and then eventually there'll be like a SWAT team after you. I mean, that's insane! That's absolutely awesome! I love that they've added that feature. That is, without a doubt, one of the coolest features I've seen in LEGO DC Supervillains so far. The fact that you can get the cops on you and have this big fight with them, that's amazing. That's going to be so much fun. I mean, that's something that I think we've all wanted in LEGO games for a long time. You know, if you played like LEGO Marvel Superheroes, you wanted to be able to fight the army as the Hulk, you know, stuff like that. I think that would have been kind of cool. Or just fight, the, you know, the NYPD and things like that. But the fact that we can now fight like GCPD as Bane in the streets of Gotham, that's just going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. I just love that they've added that, because that's the kind of feature that I never, ever thought they would ever add to a LEGO video game. That's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I cannot believe it. Because you would have thought, no, we can't allow them to be able to get the police on them and stuff like that. But hey, I mean, it's a game about villains, so it makes a lot of sense to have that feature. I can't be the only one that's so excited about that feature. They have a notoriety system. I just can't believe it. It's just so cool. So very cool. I'm going to use that notoriety system so much.
It wouldn't have been so
I don't think it'll be annoying either. I mean, I don't see it being annoying. I think it'll just be similar to the way it works in every open world video game nowadays. I mean, most open world video games do have a notoriety system. If you're bad, you should get in trouble for that, basically. So I kind of get it. I don't think it's going to be like the whole hero or menace system from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's nothing like that. I think if you're going to do bad things, the police come after you and that's it. You know, it's nothing like, oh, let's punish the player. I think it's just a bit of fun, really. If you want to get the police on you, then go cause some carnage. That's pretty much how it works. But I just love the fact that it's not just police. There's like SWAT teams and stuff like that. Because now I'm wondering, what is like the highest level of the notoriety system and how far can they go? You know, do you have like all of these SWAT team members like outside of a building? Well, like if you're inside the building and they come in and they start shooting at you. I mean, I'm so excited. I really am. I think LEGO DC Supervillains has one of the best hub worlds, if not the best hub world they've done in ages. And to see that it has a notoriety system is so exciting. You know, getting to cause chaos in Metropolis and Gotham, that's just so cool. So very cool. One thing I'm curious about, though, is if the heroes can cause chaos like that, like you say, for example, you play as Bane and you run around smashing up cars and throwing them at the police and stuff like that, what do the heroes do? Like, if I play as Superman, do I still get to cause mayhem and stuff like that? If so, that's cool, because I like the option. But at the same time, I hope there's, like, random crimes to stop still, because, you know, we all love that. Everyone that plays the LEGO video games loves the random crimes, because it just adds a lot of replay value to the game. Like, when you've got a game like this, with a good customizer, and then it's got the whole, okay, I can't see it do a special move there. It's got a good customizer and a good open world, and then you throw in some random crimes. One of the most fun things to do is just combine all of that. So, make a character, you know, take them into the hub world, and then just fight endless waves of enemies. I mean, it's not endless, you know, you have to run away and find some other group of enemies, but still, I hope there's stuff like that. Even if it's just for the villains, like, you could have, say, for example, there'd be opposing teams. You know, it wouldn't make sense for, say, the Joker to stop a mugging, but you could have maybe, I don't know, Poison Ivy's Cactus Gang or something. Maybe they're on the opposing team, and you can, you know, you could see them hanging out the gardens and things like that, and then you could actually go bother them and have a fight, and that would make sense, because it's like a gang war, basically, instead of stopping a crime. I think that would make sense, so we'll see. But it would be great if they do have random crimes for the heroes, as well as having a whole notoriety system for the villains. But if not, then I mean, that makes sense. I understand, because it is a game focused on the villains. The fact that you can play as the heroes is just cool enough for me. And the heroes are awesome. I mean, I'm really impressed at LEGO DC Supervillains' roster. The fact that they've managed to be able to make this game all about the villains. You know, the game is solely focused on the supervillains in the story and everything like that in the open world. But at the same time, they've still managed to give us a great amount of heroes. So they've kept the promise of giving us a great variety of villains, but have still thrown in some great heroes. And there's the DLC characters as well, like John Constantine's going to be in the Justice League Dark Pack. I mean, that's awesome. Because I think that was one of the main complaints I heard when LEGO DC Supervillains was announced, that people were excited that they was getting a new LEGO DC game, but they were kind of sad that it wasn't LEGO Batman 4. Personally, I'm with TT Games on this. I think it was good of them. I think it was right of them to not do LEGO Batman 4, because I think Arthur said he's all Batman out, basically, you know, because they've done they've done 3 games, 3 LEGO Batman games, and they wanted to try something new. So I actually really appreciate the fact that they didn't just go ahead and make LEGO Batman 4 and were a bit more creative, but at the same time, we still get to have a lot of the content that would essentially have been in LEGO Batman 4, like the Arrowverse stuff and things like that, and the DC Extended Universe movie pack. Alright, let's collect these studs. I think what we'll do now is we'll loop back around. What we'll do is we'll give him a vehicle. We'll loop back around to Manhattan, though, so we can get back there quicker. Mobster heist car, mobster getaway car. Let's go with that one. Right. Off we go. I actually think that LEGO DC Supervillains probably has the best season pass content that I've seen in a LEGO game since pretty much LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. I think they nailed it with that game, you know, because you had the Dark Knight, Man of Steel, what else was there? There was Arrow. There was like a 75th anniversary Batman pack that came with like lots of different versions of Batman, Batman Beyond. It was just so much cool stuff. That LEGO Batman 3 DLC plan was fantastic. Every DLC was awesome. I'm trying to think if I've missed one. I think I have. Oh yeah, Suicide Squad. They did a Suicide Squad pack where you had to break out of Bel Rev, and that was awesome. All the levels and everything were really cool. The Dark Knight one, you got to play as the Joker, and I don't know who the second character... I think it might have been Two-Face. Yeah, the second character might have been Two-Face, and you played as the Joker in the nurse outfit. Kind of wish we got the actual normal outfit, but hey, at least we got Heath Ledger's Joker, because that's awesome. And then later in the mission, you actually got to play as Christian Bale's Batman with Commissioner Gordon. Gary Oldman's Commissioner Gordon. I mean, that was just such a great level. So, I would say that LEGO DC Supervillains has the best season pass since that game. I mean, that season pass was so good. So much great content to look forward to. And I just love how they've got something for everyone, really. Like, I know a lot of people love the comics and stuff, so, you know, obviously you love the comics. If it weren't for the comics, we wouldn't have any of this stuff. So you got to respect the comics. But, you know, for comic fans, you've got, like, Justice League Dark. For the movie fans, you've got the DC Extended Universe pack. For the TV fans, you've got 2 hero and villain packs. And then, obviously, as well as... the DC Extended Universe movie pack, we've also got the Aquaman and Shazam packs, and there's 2 for each of those. Plus Batman the Animated Series and Young Justice, so yeah, they've got an amazing season pass lined up. Totally. Cannot wait. I think a lot of people are actually excited about the season pass content more than the actual game from the sound of it. I mean, from what I can hear, from what I'm seeing in the comments and things, people just want to run around Gotham as Zoom. And I totally get that. I mean, Zoom is an awesome character, and I cannot wait to play as him. I think they've done a great job on his design as well. I didn't do a video on it, but I did post, I think, an update in the comments by... I basically said with the hero pack, you know, I mentioned how... all of the characters were revealed for the hero pack. For the TV one, you know, we got Green Arrow, we got Vibe, Supergirl, Flash, Atom. Am I missing someone? Oh yeah, Black Lightning, and I think that's it. But it's not, because Mr. Terrific was announced by Arthur Parsons. You know, Arthur Parsons said Mr. Terrific is included in that pack, but he wasn't actually listed in the description that I found that told us, you know, all of the characters that are in that pack with all the screenshots and everything. So... that could mean that there might be 1, maybe even 2 more characters that haven't been revealed yet for some of the other packs I talked about. Because I know a lot of people wanted, I think it was Savitar for the TV Villains DLC, and he wasn't there. He might be. He might be, they just might have forgot to mention him. We'll have to see. I don't want to get people's hopes up, but he might be there. You never know. We'll have to see. But even if he's not, make him. Make him with the character customizer. I'm sure it'll be possible. The amount of pieces and powers and everything available, you could totally make someone like that. Alright, there appears to be a bad guy, but I can't see him.
Gone downhill.
Is he down there? Oh, there he is! Take that. Nice. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Now overall, I'm pretty happy with the way John Constantine turned out. I mean, like I've said a million times already, if he had the red tie, he'd probably be pretty much perfect. But hey, LEGO DC Supervillains is right around the corner. And of course, we're going to get the Justice League Dark character pack with John Constantine. And I absolutely cannot wait to see what they've done with all of his powers and abilities. Then there's also Zatanna and Deadman and all these other characters. And it's just going to be awesome. Anyway guys, as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.